How are you, Pam?
Shit, because I'm here. I want to go home. What time? 8 more hours. Almost done.
Does anyone know what they're doing? I graduated nursing school in March and I don't want to be a nurse. I had a full ride through a hospital and I was supposed to work there for 3 years, and if I don't work there I have to pay all my college back. But I don't want to work there or be a nurse. But I don't know what I want to do. I have like this crazy urge that I'm young, I'm like independent, like alone, and I can do whatever I want. And so I know for the next however many years I don't want to just go to work every day. Like I want to do something bigger, but I have like no idea, and I have to pay back like all this money. I think I literally have to make this decision in 3 days, and I've had it in my mind that like I'm paying it back, I'm not being a nurse, but now like the numbers are hitting me and I don't know what I'm doing with my life. Like I thought after college it would be like the best life ever, and I literally just have no idea what I'm doing. Like each day I'm like, what? I don't know what to do. I'm alone. Like I feel lonely sometimes, even though like sometimes I feel super independent and I'm like happy. I'm like I'm proud of myself, but this makes no sense. This video is like trash, but am I alone or does anyone else feel this way?
I never thought I would be making a video like this, but America, we need your help. We are nurses, we're awake, and we see the corruption that's happening in the healthcare system every single day. And we're finally seeing what decades of profit-first business decisions have done to our communities. Our nation is sick, our nation is lost, and none of that happened by accident. It was engineered by the system to profit off of all of us suffering. We've tried to fix this at the state level. We've tried as unions. We've begged, marched, testified, and every single time we've been silenced. I stand here for those who have lost their life to the system, for the families who never got their answers, and for patients who trusted a system that betrayed them. This isn't just a nursing issue. This isn't just a hospital problem. This is a national crisis. We, the people, need to take back our healthcare system. Every American is affected by this. Every family, every community, and if we don't stand up today, more lives will be lost. More nurses will break. More patients will suffer. We've launched a national petition for federal laws to protect nurses and to protect patients. Please stand with us. Sign the petition.
I quit clinical nursing in 2017, and here's why. First of all, the bullies. When it comes to nursing, I don't know if people are miserable. Like, I am not sure what it is, but I was bullied, and a lot of other nurses, especially Black nurses, were bullied severely in nursing. They would give us the worst assignments. Like if the other nurses were in charge, like I was getting terrible assignments, especially if I had the nerve to speak up against anything that was going on. Suddenly I would be placed with, those doctors that nobody liked, or, the most difficult patients. And I would somehow always have the most difficult patients. It was way out of pocket, and I was just sick and tired of dealing with all of these crazy people who really are just miserable themselves and are bringing that misery into the workplace. When you work clinically, it seems like there's only a limited number of directions that you can advance and expand your knowledge. Like you could be, a clinical subject matter expert. Like there's a couple other things, or you could go into operations or become a nurse manager. But those roles are few and far between, and there wasn't like that limitless potential that I was really looking for when I first went into nursing. And the third reason is personal. When I was in high school, I really always saw myself interested in business. I saw myself getting a business degree, starting a business potentially, like understanding finance. I was really always into finance, and nursing was just like not really giving that to me, at least not the clinical side. And then work-life balance. When you are a clinical nurse, it was better in primary care, but like if you work bedside, there's no work-life balance. Like you're working crazy hours. You don't get to go to holidays with your family. I remember my family, they were going to like, I think it was like $5 Tuesdays at the movie theater, and I had to work Tuesday nights. So I was never able to go. And that was like really upsetting to me, that I just couldn't control like my own life outside of working hours, because like I was working clinically as a nurse and I really wanted that work-life balance. I left in 2017 and I have never looked back. Like I'm loving my desk job. I know people talk a lot about desk jobs, but I'm loving it. Like it is amazing.
I hate being a nurse, and that might be a strong statement, and I literally feel like I'm gonna get upset, but I have been a registered nurse for 10 years. I have changed jobs several times because everybody's like, the great thing about being a nurse is if you don't like one area, you can go to another. And I've done ER, I've done NICU, I've done private duty, I've done IV hydration. I've tried all these different things, and I hate it. I hate being a nurse. There are so many nurse content creators on here that love it, and like I'm so happy that they have found a career that they have loved. But after a decade of being a nurse, I hate it and I want a new career. So if you love your job and you make a good living, please comment what you do for a living, because I can't be a nurse anymore. I hate it. I am so upset. I just hate being a nurse, and I wish I had never gone into this career because it has broken me down so many times. And like, even when I try to get a low stress nursing job, it's not low stress. I'm still dealing with a lot of the same stuff that I used to have to deal with when I was working in the hospital, and I just can't do it anymore. I cannot do it anymore. And if you're looking to go to nursing school, don't do it. Do not do it. If you want to work in the medical field and you want to help people, go into radiology, become a radiology tech, become a surgical tech. Do not become a nurse. Do not. I 10 out of 10, don't.
I've officially resigned from my job and from nursing in general. I didn't want to say anything until it was official, but it's now pretty official. I've been a nurse for about 5 years now, and lately I've been feeling like I'm at the end of my nursing journey. Just feeling run down, burnt out, stuck, whatever you want to call it. I've outgrown the career and just everything that comes with it. Just resigned out of nowhere, by the way. I do have another job. I have 1 more week of nursing and then I am done. Moving into a totally different industry, and this is just a massive, massive step for me. All of my family are shift workers, and I'm moving into a job that's Monday to Friday. It's 9 to 5. It's very different from what I know. It's going to be a massive transition. So you guys are coming with me. We're going to get through this together. Thank you guys for all of your support though. Just reading all of your comments and seeing how much this is all resonating with you all. I just want to share more and help support everyone who's in it. I think nurses are genuinely the most incredible people, and it is an amazing career. Don't get me wrong with that. Now I'm ready for something different. Love you guys so much, and let's figure out what the hell we're going to be doing together.
So I full on broke down and started crying in the middle of the ER last night while I was at work. I feel like if you've been following me long enough, you know that my journey as a nurse has been like so up and down. And my first year as a nurse was super hard. And I wanted to quit, and I moved to California where it was a lot easier. And I say easier because like out here you have ratios, and for the most part, the majority of the hospitals that I've worked at have had like more supportive teams. I don't know if Mercury is like in retrograde or what the F is going on, or what was going on last night, but it was so incredibly busy, and I feel like just the load that I had, I probably should not have had. Like I literally almost quit. And I work at a pretty good hospital, and one that's like hard to get into, and typically when people get in, they don't quit. But I think I'm to the point now to where I'm like starting to question, like, maybe I'm not as good as an ER nurse as like I thought that I was. Like, there's always stuff to learn. There's like, you're never gonna know everything. And it's not even like I didn't know everything. It was just so fucking overwhelming that it was just too much. And I think after last night, so I ended up calling in sick today. Like, I literally just like had an anxiety attack. I was like, this is too much. Like, this is way too much for one person, and to like just not have the help that I know that I needed for my assignment. For context, I had 2 stroke patients with Q1 narrows, and one of my stroke patients also had a GI bleed. I had 2 GI bleeds, which I was also doing 2 blood transfusions, and one of the patients was confused and kept trying to get out of bed. That was a lot. It was too much. And there were other issues that were going on with each patient. There were intricate details that stuff was just taking a lot. And yeah, I think so I called in sick today because I literally like just needed a mental health day. But I don't know how these nurses do ER, and they do it for like 20 years. Like, our charge nurse pretty much came with the hospital. Like, I'm being dramatic, but like, she's been there for a long time. I just feel like there's like a timeout date on that shit. Like, being in a high stress environment for so long, like, do y'all not get tired? Because I'm actually tired. Like, I need to do something else. So at this point, I think I'm going to step away. I'm going to start applying for other, like, I love the company that I'm with. I'm just probably going to start applying for like other positions in the hospital. But I think that like my days of like just exposing myself to like trauma constantly and just like stress, like, I'm good. Like, but you know, shout out to ER nurses that are doing it. I don't want to do it anymore. And by the way, it has literally been years since I like cried at work. And it also wasn't just me that cried last night. Also, my homegirl Maria, she cried. And then I felt kind of stupid because I saw one of my friends, he's a firefighter, and like, he gave me a hug in like the middle of the ER because he was like, it looks like you're having a rough day. Like, bro, I'm having such a rough day. But then I was like looking, like, he just dropped off a patient that they were coding and intubating. And I'm like, everyone's having a rough day. Should I just be able to deal with this? I don't know. But I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it anymore. I want something else that's like more organized. Something, anything. So now the journey begins for what do I do next?
I keep seeing videos from healthcare providers talking about how burned out we are. I have been in healthcare for almost 20 years. I've been a nurse for almost a decade. And I cannot think of a time where I disliked being a nurse as much as I do now. I don't even have words. Healthcare's changed. Healthcare has changed, and not in a good way. I got into nursing, I got into healthcare because I like to help people. I care about people. I like bringing people back to health. But the way these hospitals and companies are just, they're money hungry. They're all money hungry. And it makes me think about how when I used to work in banking, and, you know, of course it was about keeping people's money safe, but at the end of the day, it was about customer service, which at the end of the day meant money. And I said I didn't want to work retail anymore because that is how much I hated that feeling of it's deeper than being deeper than customer service. It's about making that company money. And that's exactly what's happening now. I've been a travel nurse for like 5 years, and I hated the politics of every single assignment that I was on because I have a big mouth. I'm always going to talk my talk. And it's hard not to when it feels like it's just egregiously horrible out there. Like, I don't remember there was a time where nursing now became or healthcare, not even nursing, healthcare became let's make sure the patient's write good reviews about us. Good reviews? Is this a Marriott? Like, I'm confused. But at the end of the day, it's not even about the reviews. It's about making those companies more money. And it's at the hands of, neglecting patient care, burning out your healthcare workers. You're working bare bones. I worked at a place where they were making the nurses work 24-hour shifts because they did not want to hire new nurses. Is that not crazy? Is that not illegal? But all places are starting to be this way. I've worked at so many different facilities, and I feel like since 2020, it has just gotten progressively worse. I did not think that I would be the nurse who would be like, I would never leave bedside nursing. I would never leave bedside nursing. I thought I was going to be a bedside nurse for a very long time. But I get anxiety walking into work. I feel nauseous walking into work because I don't know if I'm going to walk in and the floor is full and we only got 4 nurses. And I have to take a full patient load, or even over the patient nurse ratio. It's exhausting. And these companies, they're not thinking. They don't care. And it's terrible. I don't know. Like, I just didn't envision this for myself when I became a nurse. Like, I do labor and delivery. I love what I do. But I feel like a lot of these companies don't even care about people anymore, and that's fine. And that was the reason why I wanted to get into travel nursing, because a lot of hospitals, they kind of you're just a body. You could be scraped off the I-85 south, and they will have your job available before your body is even cold. Like, when did humanity become this way? When did people stop caring about other people? It's so sad, especially in healthcare too. Like, I knew healthcare was like a money thing, but now it's like, we don't care about the patients. We don't care about the workers. We just care about making this company more money. But yet, you keep losing patients, getting sued, and you're still losing money. Make it make sense.
I might be the only nurse that has no urge to want to be a charge nurse. I want to be a staff nurse. I want to come in, clock in, do my work, and leave. I don't want to be responsible for all of y'all on this floor. Don't ask me questions when I'm home and I'm on my couch. I don't want to be in no meetings on my off days. I don't want to talk about work when I'm not at work. Then y'all giving people $1 or $2 to be charged? $1. And when shit go wrong, your finger pointed at me. I'm supposed to know every answer to... no. I don't have any urge to want to do that. I got me and my patients. That's it. I don't want to worry about who's coming in from the ER, who got to go to this, and this nurse don't like her assignment, and this orientee wants to quit with this preceptor. No. Charge just ain't for me. Then I'm sorry. I have to be a charge nurse and then sometime take patients still? No. And then all day, all night over the ears, people calling your name. Alicia, hey, Alicia. No. I
quit being a nurse, and I'm going to tell you why. For some context, my name is Cindy. I've been a nurse for about 5 years. I became a nurse in 2020, and I quit this year, and I actually work from home now as data analyst, and I'm going to tell you the exact reasons why I quit and why I'm so much happier now in my new career. The number one reason that I quit is because I hate working with other nurses. I'm not saying all nurses are bad. I just have had my fair share of nurses who were just straight up bullies, made my job miserable, and they were just miserable themselves and just brought the vibe down at work, and it was just such a negative environment to be in. Second biggest reason is because of management. When I tell you, I have not had a single decent manager in nursing. These people gaslight you. They don't care about you. They just care about their bonuses and their paycheck. They don't care that you're struggling on the floor. They don't really genuinely care about the patients either. And when your manager doesn't care about a patient, it kind of makes it hard for you to care about your job as well. The third reason is controversial, but I'm going to say it anyway. I hated working 312s. Everyone's like, I have 4 days off. Okay, but now I work 5 days a week and I feel like I have more time and more mental space for myself and my friends and my family. When you work those 312s, those 4 days off, you're laying in bed for 2 recovering. You're thinking about coming to work for the next few days, and you have to meal prep, you have to prepare, you have to rest. It makes you not want to do anything because you don't want to be tired and like strain yourself before you go to work. I decided enough was enough. I went back to school, got a certification in data analytics, and now I do work in the healthcare sector doing data analytics, and I couldn't be happier. I have amazing managers. My hours are wonderful. I set my own schedule. I work from home. All around, I 100% do not regret leaving nursing. I hope this video can serve as a sign for those nurses who are afraid to leave the profession because they don't know what they're going to do. Trust me, there's so many other jobs out there. Just find something that you can tolerate and something that will pay you well and give you great hours that you're looking for to give you the work-life balance that you want.